The sequel to Breath of the Wild has the Zelda community on edge, and if you're a huge Zelda fan, then you probably realize that there might be a connection to what we see in Breath of the Wild sequel to the Zonai ruins in the original Breath of the Wild. Some of the architecture that we see in the trailer for Breath of the Wild 2 matches up to what we've seen in the Zonai ruins in the first Breath of the Wild game. If you explore that area, and I'm pretty sure most of you have, it's an area filled with animal motifs and a lot of square-like angular building structures. And the theme of the Zonai ruins basically dominate the entire Faron region in Breath of the Wild. But thanks to the trailer of Breath of the Wild sequel, it seems that this is going to be a very huge deal in terms of Ganon's backstory, how he was sealed as Ganondorf, and a potential crazy utmost importance to the overall game and the underground of Hyrule. A lot of eagle eyes and theorists among the Zelda community are trying to put the connections together on what this could overall mean to the story and lore to the Zelda series and how it's applied to these two games. And although it seemed that the Zonai was pretty much under the rug for the first game, it's thanks to these clues that's been in our face the whole time. The Zonai has played a significantly important role in the development of The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, and that they're reverting back to that importance for the sequel. Here is something that drastically connects Breath of the Wild and the Breath of the Wild sequel in their first trailers. Notice how Link was trying to escape the Guardian in the first ever trailer for Breath of the Wild? You know, the one that was shown off at E3 2014? You can see Link passing through some very obvious Zonai ruins. This already tells me that the Zelda team already had some big plans for these ruins to incorporate into the game, considering at the time this game was supposed to be released in 2015. What drives this home even further is that in the first gameplay demo that was shown off in the same year at the Game Awards, Shigeru Miyamoto and Aji Aonuma were passing through a beta version of the Zonai ruins coming from the Bridge of Hylia. And when coming near these two Zonai pillars that made it to the final game, Miyamoto exclaimed that structure looked very particular and that they must be near a dungeon. And as we all know, in the first Breath of the Wild game, the true big dungeons of that game were the Divine Beasts, and the Zonai ruins were nowhere near any of them, although the area was littered with Sheikah shrines. While many believe that a good portion of Breath of the Wild 2 may take place underground and that this dungeon entrance in particular from the first trailer has a very obvious Zonai motif, it tells me that Zonai ruins and architectures were probably originally indicators to dungeons in Breath of the Wild, and that maybe, just maybe, the return to some sort of shifted form akin to that in Breath of the Wild 2. What's even more interesting is that in the gameplay demo at the Game Awards 2016 with Bill Trinen, they were exploring the Zonai ruins, which may have been a callback to their original purpose in Breath of the Wild 1, and that they may regain this purpose in Breath of the Wild 2. There are many mysteries surrounding the Zonai for Breath of the Wild sequel, but it seems that their supposed importance was something hinted at from the very first game in development. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, everybody. What do you think is so important about the Zonai? Leave your comments in the comment section below, and be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more Zelda content every week, and hit that bell to know when it goes live. So until then, I've been HMK, and I'll check you guys later.